There are hundreds of ways to reliably earn coins in Hypixel Skyblock, while running dungeons, to fighting Slayer bosses, and even passively making money while not even playing the game at all. There's no doubt that Skyblock's player base has gotten really creative with some of their money-making techniques, sometimes too creative. Sweet, so I'll just go ahead and buy a good dungeons loadout, get some materials from Bazaar, and I'll be... Okay, so Ironman profiles exist, but what's the difference? Do Ironman get to fly around in a metal suit with a virtual assistant to aid them? No, not that kind of Ironman. Ironman is a game mode within Hypixel Skyblock that plays very similarly to a regular profile. You still have to farm crops, mine ores, fight mobs. The difference being, you can't browse the auction house, can't access the bazaar, and you can't even trade with other players. This means that these traditional money-making methods are invalidated, since Ironman profiles can't interact with the economy. But luckily for you, I've created a list of the best ways to make coins for every stage of the game, from literally just starting out to the most endgame of Ironman profiles. Even though Ironman players can't buy gear from the auction house or materials from the bazaar, coins are still a very valuable resource. I mean, think about it. Everything that a player from a standard profile spends coins on that isn't from the auction house or the bazaar is something that an Ironman player will have to buy. This includes all NPC shops, booster cookies, the dark auction, dungeon chests, pets from Oringo, pet upgrades at Cat, and Slayers. You get it. Point is, Ironman need coins too. Lots of coins. If you're not on an Ironman profile, stick around because you might still find some value in this video. All of the coin earning techniques shown in this video work just as well for standard profiles. It's also important for me to clarify that all of the coins per hour rates mentioned in this video are rough estimates and averages. Some of the methods are RNG reliant and averages are all I can really give. But other than that, they should all be pretty accurate. These methods were either tested by me personally or found online from a trusted source with a good reputation. Some of them even being verified by both. But what makes this guide unique? We've all seen dozens of how to make money in Skyblock videos before. How does this one stand out? Well, this guide will cover the best methods of earning coins for all players, no matter what stage of the game you're at. We'll be covering strategies for players that have just started their profile, all the way up to the best money-making method in Hypixel Skyblock for Ironman profiles. Alright, no more delays, let's hop right into the best way to make coins on an Ironman profile that was made just a second ago. Yup, that's literally it. You farm wheat in the hub and sell it to an NPC. As much as this sounds like a joke, it's genuinely the best way to consistently make coins on a fresh Ironman profile with absolutely no setup. That's right, you can utilize this money-making method right from the very second that you start a new profile. From here, you'll just sell any of the produce to an NPC and earn your coins that way. Selling items to an NPC will be a common practice for Ironman profiles. Even just farming wheat casually, this technique can make you over 600,000 coins per hour, which is absolutely nuts for just starting out. Of course, like all methods, this can be improved upon with more walk speed, more farming fortune, among many other things. But if you've got the facilities to completely optimize farming wheat in the hub, your efforts should really be going somewhere else. After you've got yourself a couple 100,000 coins from wheat, you can move on to claiming all of the relics in the spider's den. For this method, you'll want to either search up the locations of the relics online, or enable a setting in the SkyTools mod that puts waypoints on all of the relics in the spider's den. The download link for the SkyTools mod is in my top 10 mods video. Go check it out if you haven't already. The link to the video is in the description down below. The only requirement to claim the relics is combat skill level 1, which can be easily done by killing a couple zombies in the hub. I also suggest being in a good state of mind before starting this, because dying to spiders while collecting these relics could easily ruin your day. Carrying out this money making technique is quite simple as well. You just go up to each relic and right click it with your fist. That's it. Each unique relic adds 10,000 coins to your purse, and you can earn an extra 30,000 coins as a bonus for collecting all 28 relics. Doing the math, this means that you can make up to 310,000 coins as a one-time boost to kick off your profile. The final money-making method for new profiles is digging sand in the mushroom desert. Yeah, not only can you use this to get to mining skill level 12, but it's also great for coins. The requirements to start are pretty straightforward: farming skill level 5, and a golden shovel with at least efficiency 2. As long as you're okay with mindlessly running around and digging up sand, this method shouldn't be that mentally taxing. Anyways, once you're in the mushroom desert with your enchanted golden shovel, just break and pick up as much sand as you can. Once you're finished, you'll go ahead and sell all of your sand to an NPC for coins. Absolutely wild, I know. This method becomes more efficient when you can reach over 200 walk speed, and you can reach crazy rates such as over 2 million coins per hour. Alright, now let's get into the money making methods that require somewhat of a setup, starting off with spamming the Arachne boss in the spider's den. The requirements to start off this coin making strategy are minimal, but there's at least one item you definitely need: the cow head. The cave spiders that Arachne spawns during her boss fight inflict a debuff called Venom, which takes you down to 1 health very quickly. The cow head armor piece, which can be easily obtained by killing a couple dozen cows, makes makes you immune to all debuffs, including venom. But other than that, as long as you can find an armor good enough to survive a few hits from the spiders, you should be all good. You'll want to find a server, or join a party, where people are consistently spawning and killing Arachne. All you'll need to do is survive and maybe get a few hits in. The star of the show for this method is the soul string that Arachne drops. Each soul string sells for 5,000 coins, and you can drop up to 6 per boss if you place at least 5th in damage. You don't even have to place any Arachne callings to summon it. Reaching off the boss makes enough money on its own, though of course you'll get more drops if you place some callings. Factoring all of the other materials in and also all the gear it drops, you can make upwards of 9 to 10 million coins per hour. Ah, fishing. Truly a fan favorite skill to grind. Anyways, have you ever caught coins when fishing? I mean really, it gets way too much. The official Hypixel Skyblock wiki claims that the maximum coins that can be caught when fishing is 20,000, and that's even on the Jerry Island. And so after hearing this, I went to the Birch Park and immediately fished up a clean 60,000 coins. They've lied to us. As weird as it sounds, fishing up coins is one of the most unique early game money making methods. Any fishing rod will work for this, just make sure it has the Luck of the Sea enchantment on it. Luck of the Sea increases your chances to find what's known as fishing treasure. The chance to fish up coins is in the fishing treasure loot pool, so you want to be rolling that as much as you can. Yeah, I can't really provide a super accurate money per hour for this one, as it's just way too RNG reliant. From how often you roll your fishing treasure to how many coins you actually fish up, I feel like I'd be lying to you if I gave you any sort of number. In the most recent End Island update, these Ender nodes were added. Each time you mine one of these, one of the following random events can occur. For making money specifically, you want to look out for both Nest Endermites and Ender Gauntlets. Nest Endermites drop an item called Might Gel, which sells for 2,000 coins each, and the Ender Gauntlet sells for 10,000. The setup required for this method isn't too crazy either, as you'll need combat skill level 12, a diamond pickaxe, and the ability to consistently kill Endermen. That being said, you'll want to run from node to node, mining as many as you can for maximum profits. And if you want to go above and beyond and get even more coins, kill Endermen along your way to each node. On average, this money-making method can make you about 2 to 3 million coins per hour with maximum efficiency. Not to mention, doing this is also great for getting tons of ender pearls and XP bottles for enchanting your gear. Overall, great method. The last technique that you can utilize to earn lots of coins with little to no setup is mining the treasure in the Glacial Cave on Jerry's Workshop Island. This method is especially useful this time of year, December, since the island is open all month. It's really quite simple to carry out too. All you need to do is to go into the cave area on Jerry's Island, take any pickaxe, and mine the ice on the walls. The loot will always show through the ice, letting you know exactly what you should expect when you break it. So what are we looking for in these caves? Specifically, you want the gifts. All of the gifts. White, green, red, it doesn't matter, you want them all. All 3 gift tiers have a chance to drop different amounts of coins. Said rates and amounts will be shown on screen now. And as you can see, there's a lot of profit potential in this. In my opinion, this is the best way to make coins as an Ironman with no setup at all. Once you've got yourself a few hundred gifts, either try and find someone in a lobby that's willing to open them all, or just go to Hub 1. You'll be welcome there, I'm sure. As far as money per hour goes, it's again very RNG dependent, but I do know it's a lot. I predict just about 2 million coins per hour, even taking the time you spend getting the gifts into account. Hey guys, it's YouTuber sellout time. Seriously though, it would really help me out if you dropped a like on the video or left a comment with any feedback. Anything like that would help me grow. As a smaller creator, if you really enjoy my content, go ahead and turn that big red subscribe button into a gray one. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's move on to the money making methods that require somewhat of a setup. This one is a throwback. Killing goblins in the Dwarven Mines. This is yet another RNG dependent method. That seems to be quite a common scenario, huh? To efficiently make coins by killing goblins, you'll want a Raider Axe with the enchantment Scavenger 5 on it. With this setup, you guarantee yourself at the very least 21.5 coins per goblin kill. And that doesn't seem like that much, but keep in mind how many goblins you're killing. The base coin drop from goblins is 10 coins, plus 10 from the Raider's Axe's passive ability, and plus another 1.5 coins with the enchant Scavenger 5. But that's still not all. Goblins have a 1% chance to drop an extra 1 to 10,000 coins on kill, which is actually a lot higher than it seems. Keep in mind that this chance is actually unaffected by Magic Find, so it's not worth investing in a Magic Find setup for this. On top of that, goblins also drop an armor set called the Goblin Armor, which sells for at least a few coins, I guess. Goblin eggs exist too, but I suggest holding on to those instead of selling them. With mediocre luck, you can make around 500 to 600,000 coins per hour, which isn't that great, but remember that you can stock up on goblin eggs for future things. The fact that this money making methods, a 2-on-1 makes it worth it in my opinion, or at the very least worth considering. All of the aforementioned money making methods are fairly easy to get into, but that trend stops now. The only things you can really do to make more money than the previous few is to farm or mine. Once you hit 300 farming fortune, no matter how you manage to get there, it's probably a good idea to start farming. As of right now, farming melons makes the most money per hour when you sell it all to an NPC. Having a melon dicer tool would increase your coin gain by a ton because of its passive ability and increased farming wisdom. Farming melons with 300 farming fortune will make you around 3 million coins per hour consistently. It's a better option than the previous view because it doesn't require much attention. Just build a semi-AFK-able farm on the garden, hold down left click, and move in the required direction by either holding A or D on your keyboard. That's literally it, just holding down 2 buttons on your keyboard. Turn on a movie or something and the time will fly by. From there, you'll want to get as much farming fortune as you can, constantly reinvesting your crops into upgrading your gear. With the absolute maximum farming fortune attainable, I've heard that you can make around 17 million coins an hour doing nothing but just holding down 2 buttons. Though, it will without a doubt take a good while to get there. Farming will be your main source of income on Ironman for a long time. So if you don't like farming, you'll be stuck making very little coins for months at a time. That's just the way it's gotta be. If you wish to go above and beyond and make even more than 17 million coins per hour, which is incredibly greedy by the way, shame on you, you'll want to move on to mining. When it comes to mining, you've got 2 options, and they both practically require a maxed out setup. Mining gemstones in the magma fields, or mining gold in the mines of Devon. When you're mining gemstones, you'll want full Devon armor with at least a gemstone gauntlet and a legendary battle pet. This is to get the absolute most pristine and mining fortune you can, which both increase your coins per hour rates by the millions. With a max setup, you should be able to reach about 2600 mining fortune with gemstones, and you'll be making over 30 million coins per hour. That's almost double what you'd be making when farming with a max setup. Needless to say, we're talking big bucks now. If you choose to mine gold in the mines of Devon, you'll want 3 pieces of mineral armor equipped with 1 piece of Devon, at least a gemstone gauntlet, and either a Bal or a Skatha pet. When you're mining gold, pristine doesn't matter. You'll just want as much mining fortune as possible. With a max setup, you should be able to reach around 2000 mining fortune, and if you're efficient enough, you'll get up to 35 million coins per hour. As we're recording this in mid-December of 2023, this is the absolute best way to make money on an Ironman profile, and to be honest, none of us should be complaining about that. 35 million coins per hour is absolutely wild. I don't know how you can go much higher than that and still call it balanced. Overall, what do I suggest doing? For just starting, early game, late game, there has to be an absolute best way to earn coins for each stage of the game, right? Well, it all comes down to your personal opinion at the end of the day. I believe there's more to money making methods than just the raw coin output. If you're faced with a coin earning strategy that makes more than another, but is far less enjoyable, maybe consider sticking with the lower earning one. It might sound silly, but burnout is a real thing, and it's hard to realize and accept that. The last thing you want to do is earn all of your coins you need, but become too burnt out to even use them. But if you really want an answer out of me, in my opinion, the best progression as to how you should make your money is Glacial Cave Presence when starting out. If Jerry's Island isn't open, you can stick with Ender nodes. After that, I'd move on to farming melons once you've reached at least 300 farming fortune. I don't suggest farming before reaching that milestone. If you follow this, you'll be farming coins for a long time, since getting into any sort of mining takes absolutely forever. Then, once you have a maxed or near maxed mining setup, move on to mining gold in the mines of Devon. And that will be about as far as you go, since there isn't currently a better way to make money on an Ironman profile. Alright, there we have it. Those were all 12 of the most practical ways to make coins on an Ironman profile that I can think of. If you believe I've missed anything worth mentioning, leave a comment about it down below. I read all of the comments, so you can believe that you'll be heard. You have my word for it. If you enjoyed this video, or found any money making methods that work for you, please leave a like on it to show others that it was useful. Hey, if you enjoy my content as a whole, maybe even subscribe. I'm trying to do YouTube full time, and it would help me tremendously if you'd be okay with it. Good luck with your money making endeavors. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, or good night.